So welcome to my Basics of Essential Oils class. This is an intro level class. We're going to talk about some high level basics about how to use essential oils, what they are, where you can find really good ones, the best ones, and how to use them. We'll go through some of the information from oils that are commonly used in the kits, the starter kits, and other options that you have. And I'll briefly touch on some of the other products that you can get and use from Young Living. If you have questions and you're on the live version, you're welcome to put that in the chat. And I would be happy to answer those or unmute yourself. If you have questions and you're on the recorded version, you are welcome to reach out to me. I would be happy to talk essential oils with you at any point in time. So I get my essential oils from Young Living, and I get my essential oils from Young Living because of the quality standards and of their mission statement. Their mission statement is, we honor our stewardship to champion nature's living energy essential oils by fostering a community of healing and discovery while inspiring individuals to wellness, purpose, and abundance. That resonates very strongly with me, feels like something I can really get behind. And I love knowing the mission statement of the companies that I work with and that I purchase from. Did you know that every company out there has a mission statement? If they have a business plan, they have a mission statement. That means every gas station, every grocery store, everybody that produces a product has a mission statement. Do you know what the mission statements are for the companies that you use? If not, it might be something to look at, because this is what drives, part of what drives what they create, why they create it, and how they do the business that they do. So it can give you a really good insight into the company. I am required to, say this. None of the statements that I make in this class have been evaluated by the FDA. Products and techniques mentioned are not intended by me to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease in any capacity. This is in no way intended to replace proper medical care, so consult with your healthcare authorities of your choice when you're talking about this. Anytime I talk about Young Living or essential oils or healthcare or wellness, I like to talk about wellness and health. So I talk above the wellness line. I don't talk about sickness. I don't talk about illness, injuries, diagnoses, any of those things. I really want to talk about being as healthy and well as we can be in all aspects of our lives. Young Living ultimately is a wellness company. Wellness in all aspects. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I invite you to make that mind shift. For some of us, it might be a big mind shift. For some of us, we may already be there on the way into talking about health and wellness, talking about the things we actually want, not the things that we're trying to get away from. So there are, in this example, there are 5 elements of a healthy lifestyle. When we really look at this, you can add a lot of more elements in here, but we have physical health, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health, and social health. Within Young Living, with the products that we have in the lifestyle that many of us do, we can meet all of these pieces with the essential oils, with the supplements, with the products, with everything that Young Living is as a company, encompasses all of these elements of a healthy lifestyle. One of the reasons I really like Young Living products and Young Living as a company is because of their seed to seal standard. Seed to seal means they really care about what is happening from the point of the seed all the way through the process till the product is sealed. So it matters that there is really good quality soil and water and air in the fields that we grow in. It matters that the seeds come from healthy plants that have not been modified, that are taken care of, well cared for. It matters that we're using science to make sure that there isn't a compromise, to make sure that when essential oils are distilled, all of the parts of the plant make it into the oil, that we're not missing steps, that we're not missing pieces. It's important that we have standards that we as a company hold up and move forward and use to make sure that we're doing everything that we say we're doing and everything that we mean to do in a healthy way to support ourselves, to support the company, everybody that uses the products, the land, the plants, the animals, everyone involved. If you haven't checked out the Seed to Seal standard, I highly suggest going to the website seedtoseal.com and check out the videos there. There are videos and information on each of these standards that are really great to watch, very informational, and can be a lot of fun to check out. So check that out, seedtoseal.com. There's, generally speaking, 3 ways to safely use essential oils. We have topical, dietary, and inhalation. I'm going to talk about all of these. When we're talking about using oils topically, dietarily, or for inhalation, it's important to know that Young Living has 2 different ways of labeling essential oils, and that's because the FDA and the FTC require that products that are used for internal use not be cross-labeled, so not be labeled for topical or aromatic use, and vice versa. If something's labeled for topical use, it needs to not be labeled for internal use. We see this already in the general grocery stores that we go to. If you were going to go to a grocery store and you were looking for coconut oil, right? Coconut oil can often be used to make, like, you know, lotions and salves and lip balms and hair conditioning stuff. If you were going to look for coconut oil, where would you have to, what aisle would you have to go to, or section in the grocery store, in the store? Yeah, you'd have to be in the grocery aisle. It's not found in the cosmetics aisle. Coconut oil is not found in the cosmetics aisle. Generally, it's found in the grocery aisle, because it's labeled for internal use. It's labeled for cooking, and it's labeled for consuming. It's not labeled for topical use. If you were in a general store and you were looking for aloe vera, where would you have to go? For the most part, you'd have to go to the cosmetics aisle. Aloe vera in its pure form can often be used for internal. A lot of people put it in their smoothies and put it in other places, but the general aloe vera has been decided to be labeled for topical use. So you find it in the cosmetics section. If you're in a specialty store, a health food store, like a Whole Foods type store, that's where they start to find them in different places a little bit more, because the understanding is that really good high quality aloe vera absolutely can be used internally. So they have it in that section, they have it labeled as that. But that labeling requirement makes it very challenging, or made it very challenging, to talk about how to use essential oils, until Young Living decided to play the game. Okay, that's fine. If we have to talk about lemon essential oil being used topically and aromatically, we can do that. We're also going to label lemon vitality oil. So we can label that as being for internal use. So all of the oils that come in the vitality line are considered labeled for dietary use, for internal use dietarily. So it can be added to drinks, it can be added to food, so it can be consumed. It's labeled as consumable. All of the oils that are not in the vitality line are labeled for topical or aromatic use. So while we have a lemon essential oil and a lemon vitality oil, the oil in those bottles can be the same oil. It's the label that's different. So when we talk about taking an oil internally within food or dietarily, we talk about that being the vitality version. When we talk about a topical or an aromatic use, we talk about the non-vitality version. The oil is the same in the bottles. It's the label that's different. It's how we talk about it that's different. That's the only difference. But I really want to make that clear up front, because that is something that confuses people all the time. But Young Living really knew the value of being able to label some of these oils as dietary use oils and as topical and aromatic, but we couldn't cross-label. So this is the solution. When we start talking about essential oils, one of the first questions people ask me is, when I'm going to use it topically, how do I do that and where do I do that? I like to tell people that the easiest place, the safest place to start using oils, if you're not an oil user or you're a little bit not sure how to use an oil, is on the bottom of your feet. There's large skin pores at the bottom of your feet. There's a lot of vascularity in your feet that will pick up and move things through your bloodstream. You also have, if you look at a reflexology chart, you have all of the reflex points for your entire body. Your entire body is mapped to your feet. So you can put an essential oil on your feet, any point in your feet, and use it point specific or across your whole foot with whatever intention it is that you have for the oil. 1 drop to 3 drops of essential oil on your foot, on the soles, is safe and easy. Also really good to remember to put some socks on, put some shoes on. So I tend every day before I put my socks and shoes on, once I get out of the shower, to put an oil on my feet. When I started using oils for my niece and nephews, this was the first place I used for them. I didn't really think about it. I just knew it was a good place to put essential oils because then I could put, socks on their feet and they wouldn't be getting it in their eyes or, putting it in their mouth. Not that that's a problem in their mouth, but, if I'm using a hotter oil like Thieves, I didn't want to get them flustered or upset or have a not great experience of essential oils. What I didn't realize was that my niece and nephews associated essential oils with their feet so strongly that I don't live close to them. I went to visit my niece after not having seen her for about 4 months. She didn't know I was coming. It was a surprise. So I walked in the door and she got so excited and she says, "Auntie!" And she started running towards me. And then she stopped, just stopped in her tracks, sat down, took off her socks and shoes and picked up her foot and put it in my face. "I'm so happy to see you." She wasn't about hugging Auntie. It was really about Auntie's coming with essential oils. But she knew that her feet was where I put the essential oils to start with. So she was automatically giving me her feet because that's where she wanted. So it was really cute to see from a young age, my niece and nephews really loving the products, loving the oils, wanting to use them, and understanding at a basic level what was good for them and how to use them. If there's a smell that's too strong for you, or if you live or work in a place where the people around you don't appreciate the smells or don't appreciate or can't handle the intensity of an oil, putting it on your feet and then your socks and shoes is a great way to use the oils for yourself without kind of forcing it on the people around you. It's not necessary to be that person. You can become a human diffuser. A lot of us are naturally, but if that's not where you want to be or the environment that you're in doesn't support that, then put it on your feet, put your socks and shoes on. Everybody around you doesn't have to smell it. It'll also keep your shoes smelling nice and fresh. I do not have stinky shoes, even my really old ones, because of this. I have an entire YouTube video that I've done in a class that I've done on safety of essential oils. So if you're curious about safety, go check that out. But just at a high level, you don't want to get essential oils in your eyes or dripped directly into your ears. There are places that essential oils are just going to burn. If you get an essential oil in your eye, typically what happens is I'll put an essential oil on, I'll put peppermint on my neck or something and then forget and then touch my eye. I am a face toucher. I know right now in this world is not a time to be a face toucher. I'm not quite there yet, working on it, but I would often touch my eye and now I've got peppermint in my eye. Ouch. You do not, under any circumstances, want to run water through your eye if you get an essential oil in it. Oil and water don't mix. In fact, if you ever want to intensify the effect of an essential oil, put water on it. It will intensify it, it will spread it. So if you get an oil in your eye and then you put water in it, guess what? That's what you're doing. You're spreading it throughout your entire eye even more and you're intensifying it. So water is not what you want to use. You can take a tissue or a napkin and roll it up and then put it in the corner of your eye and let that wick the oil out, just like you would wick like a candle. Put it on there, let it wick it out. Or you can use a carrier oil, a clean, organic, good carrier oil to run it out. Essential oils are lipid soluble, they're fat soluble. So they need fat to bind to actually work, which is why they work so great in our body. We have a lot of water in our body and we have a lot of lipid. The average person has a lot of lipid in our body, a lot of fat. So it works really great in our body and our cells. So if you take like an olive oil and run that through your eye, that will help to clean that out and get that out. For the most part, just taking a little bit of tissue and wicking it away can be useful. And then sometimes I'll even just rub a little bit of lotion or carrier oil around the outside of my eye if there's that like little bit of a sting left. At this point, I usually have somebody asking me what's a carrier oil. There are a lot of different types of carrier oils. Carrier oils are not essential oils. They don't come from the whole plant, they come from a piece or a part of it. So typical carrier oils are apricot, grapeseed, sweet almond, olive, avocado, coconut, hemp seed, jojoba, sesame seed, sunflower seed. Within Young Living, we have the V6 carrier oil. It's a mix of 6 vegetable oils that can be used. It's a really great blend. But really, whatever it is that you use in your regular life that is high quality, that you are comfortable with, can be a carrier oil, as long as it doesn't have anything else mixed in it, doesn't have anything else with it. We also need to remember that if you're going to add essential oil to a bath or a foot soak or something like that, you do not want to add it to the water. Essential oils need a carrier in order for it to go throughout the bath. Just like I was talking before, essential oils and water, oil and water doesn't mix. The oil will float on top. So if you just drip an oil into a bath and then go to sit down, guess what's going to touch it first and soak all that in? That might not be the most comfortable experience. If you take a handful of Epsom salts or table salts or sea salt, or you can use a bubble bath or a conditioner or shampoo, body wash, anything like that, and put your oil in there and mix it into that, then put that in the water, then it will disperse through all of the water instead of being that film that floats on top, which makes it a much more comfortable experience. If, however, you want to create a compress, the physics of oil and water not mixing work really well for you here. You can take a basin, a bowl, and drip your essential oil. So you put your hot or cool water, whatever you want in there, and then drip your essential oil on top. The oil is going to float on top. You're going to have the temperature of water you want underneath. You take a towel, dry towel, and lay that on top. What that's going to do is it's going to soak up through the oil. It's going to primarily capture the oil and then some water. Then when you wring it out, most of the oil will stay in the cloth and the water will go out. And then you have a compress, hot compress or cool compress that has the oil in it. So that can be a really nice way of, cooling off on your neck, or maybe a warm compress on your belly or your back or wherever it is you need. So that property of oil and water not mixing can be helpful when you want it to, but we also need to remember when we want to actually submerge ourselves in it, you don't really want it floating on top. Sometimes more essential oils is better. Most of the times, less essential oils is better. It's not about overwhelming your system. It only takes one molecule to trip a receptor site so that that cell receptor says, yes, I got it. If you do too much, you're more likely to clog those receptor sites and make it work in the opposite direction. So this became very apparent for me when I was working with a massage therapist learning to use essential oils. And she decided she was having a hard day. She had a bunch of clients and she was having a hard time staying awake. So she decided she was going to use peppermint on every single client. By the third client, she was falling asleep. She was so tired and so exhausted. What she didn't realize was a little peppermint, she just needed to trip that receptor site to wake her up. And she was using so much that she had clogged all her receptor sites, so she was falling asleep. Same is true if you think about lavender in the other direction. If you want to calm and relax, a little bit of lavender is all you need to trip that receptor site to say, oh yeah, okay, we're going into calm. If you overdo it and like overwhelm your system with lavender, it will actually energize you, wake you up even more. So a little goes a long way. It's important to remember, especially because the essential oils we use are such high quality. So when I say a little goes a long way, here's a really good example of why that's the case. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil from Young Living, you would have to brew 26 cups of peppermint tea to get the same amount of peppermint. 1 drop is equivalent of 26 cups of peppermint tea. That's how much you would have to do to get the oil out of it. It takes 33 pounds of red rose petals to get a 5 milliliter bottle of pure rose essential oil. 33 pounds, just the petals, not the whole stem and all that, just the petals. Think about how much a petal weighs and how many it would take to make a pound and how many it would take to make 33 pounds. That's why rose is one of our most expensive oils. It takes 75 lemons to make a 15 milliliter bottle of lemon oil. It takes 27 square feet of lavender plants to make a 15 milliliter bottle of lavender. And it takes a full pound of raw peppermint material to make a 15 milliliter bottle of peppermint oil. So oils from essential oil are very concentrated. very potent, and very useful. This is why a little goes a long way. So that's just some of the basics I want to talk about getting started. I want to talk about oils specifically. The oils that I picked out to talk about specifically are the ones that are typically included in the starter kits from Young Living. I'm picking starter kits just because so many people have them, so many people use them, and a lot of people start with Young Living in this way. It is not the only way to start with Young Living, though. Premium starter kits right now, the Essential Oil Starter Kit comes with 12 oils, 2 samples of Ningxia Red, 2 Thieves products, 2 roller balls, and a diffuser. You get your option of diffuser from the Desert Mist or the Dewdrop diffuser for $165 plus tax and shipping. And if this is not the place for you to start, there are other starter kit options. We have the Welcome Home Starter Kit. If you have diffusers in your house because you were into essential oils at another time or with another company, you can start with the Welcome Home Starter Kit. It does not come with the diffuser. It actually has this really cute little wooden stand holder for some of your essential oils, and it comes with 8 essential oils. 4 of them are in the 15 milliliter and 4 of them are in the 5. That's $125 to start. The Thieves Starter Kit, a lot of people are really paying attention to cleaning and how we're taking care of our health and wellness and cleaning up our acts. And the Thieves Starter Kit can be a great way to start with that. It comes with hand sanitizer, super popular item right now. It comes with cleaner, mouthwash, foaming hand soap, toothpaste, and a Thieves spray and a Thieves bottle of Thieves itself. So it's a great kit to start with. Of course, we also have the CBD Starter Kit and the regular strength and the extra strength if you're interested in CBD that has 0.00% THC. That's blended with essential oils. That kit's available. We have the Ningxia Red Starter Kit, and then we have the Basic Starter Kit. If none of this makes sense for you, there's very specific things that you want to get to buy and to purchase, you can start with the Basic Starter Kit. It's $35, has 2 Thieves products, 1 oil, a roller ball, and 2 Ningxia Red packets. And then you can add to that all of the things that it is that you would want to purchase or use for your life and for your wellness. As far as I'm concerned, they're all a great value. I think the best value is the Premium Starter Kit with essential oils, because you start out with such a huge variety of essential oils. You get a really great diffuser, depending on which one you do. You get some of the Thieves products, you get some of the Ningxia Red products, so you get to try a lot of things that might be useful for you. And these other starter kits are also options. This is what it would take to get a wholesale membership. There is the retail membership. If you have no interest in saving 24% off of all of your products, you're welcome to go out to Young Living and just purchase retail. What you would do is you would log in, you would create an account, use the name, the member number of the person that referred you. So I'll include my member number on the video at the end, just to link up referral bonuses and stuff. And then you buy what you want when you want, but know you're paying full price. If you want to save 24% off of everything you purchase every time, in addition to all of the other bonuses that and possibilities that you get, then you can create a wholesale account, which is where you would get one of these starter kits and then move from there. So first oil I want to talk about when we dive into oils is lavender. This is an oil that's really popular and really common. A lot of people know about lavender and know a lot about lavender. When I started with Young Living, I was not really a fan of lavender. All the lavender products that I smelled out in the world seemed very sweet and kind of in a sickly sort of way. I didn't like it. Young Living lavender is different. Young Living lavender uses more parts of the plant, so it has a more earthy tone to it. Listed here are just some ideas of ways to use lavender. You can massage it on your temples to relieve tension. Of course, it's great to help with sleep. I didn't know that it was so good with seasonal pollen, to minimize reactions to seasonal pollen and alleviate nasal congestion. Really great. Useful to help minimize the appearance of scars and soothe occasional skin irritations, cuts, and aches. It's great for easing muscle tension. Use it in your laundry. You can make a room spray or a linen spray or a bathroom spray. Just take a little glass spray bottle that's 1 ounce. You can use 5 to 10 drops of lavender in there, fill it the rest of the way with distilled water, and then shake it before you use it and spritz away. There you go. It's a really easy way to use lavender. It's a popular one. It's a common one. And it's one that I like to bring up. It is both in the vitality and the non-vitality version because you can use it internally. You can use it as a dietary addition to things you might do. When I first started, I decided I wanted to try it internally, so I made brownies and I put lavender in it. I thought lavender brownies might be pretty good. I didn't realize how strong lavender, all of these essential oil was. So I put so much lavender in it, it was like I was eating potpourri. A little goes a long way. But if you ever go to, if we ever get to go back to convention or you go to farm day, they make a really wonderful lavender lemonade. It is such a great treat. They make lavender ice cream. There's a lot of ways that you can use lavender, the vitality version, internally in your cooking and baking. It's really handy and really great. Remember, a little goes a long way. You don't want to eat potpourri. And then, you know, the topical version. I love this little cute thing to laugh at. This little kid saying, my mom has a secret weapon for dreaded nap time called lavender essential oil. Every time she puts it on the bottom of my feet, I fell right asleep. It's horrible. It is for kiddos. It's horrible to fall asleep when you don't want to fall asleep because you just don't want to miss, you fear missing out. And for the rest of us that could use a little space and time, just a little bit of lavender on the bottoms of their feet can be wonderful, and our feet as well. Moving on, we're going to talk about peppermint essential oil. So peppermint essential oil is another one that a lot of people know about. Most people know about it for supporting normal digestion. So when I was young, and anytime I had an upset stomach, my grandmother would send me out to the backyard to the peppermint patch, and she'd have me pull a few stems of peppermint, bring it in, pull off the leaves, and then she brew up a peppermint tea. She knew automatically one of the things that it was great for, normal digestion. Somebody's unmuted. Let's see if I can figure out who that is. There we go. Got you muted. We're good. It's also great for promoting a healthy bowel function. So if you're having a little bit of a sluggish time in your bowels, or maybe if things are moving a little bit too fast, you can use this on your belly. You can put it in your belly button and then put it on your belly. If you massage your belly, massage it in a clockwise direction, it will help to speed things up. So if things are just sluggish and not moving well, clockwise is really helpful. If you need to slow things down because we're running to the bathroom, counterclockwise is the way that you want to massage your belly. Peppermint is a great oil for that. You can put the peppermint vitality version on your tongue to improve focus, concentration, and freshen breath. You can also make a breath spray with it. Same thing, take a glass bottle, add 5 to 10 drops of essential oil in it, top it off with distilled water, shake it up between each use, and then spray it in your mouth. It's a nice breath freshener. You can mix it in a foot bath or a bathtub, remembering that it's going to float on top. So you want to put it in a salt or a liquid like a soap first, so that it actually is more comfortable and goes through the tub instead of getting sucked right in. It's great to help relieve head pressure and tension, nasal congestion. When I fly, peppermint is one of them that I'm constantly sitting there opening up my nasal passageways, because when that gets too clogged, my ears get that really buzzy, uncomfortable sensation. So I smell my peppermint to help support flow in my sinuses and all of that. So lots of great uses for peppermint. There's so many more out there. I'm just giving you hints and ideas of ways to get started. One of them that I became familiar with and really, really, really loved is that peppermint can help discourage unhealthy snacking. So if you're feeling like you want to eat, but you don't actually need to eat, you're just wanting to eat because you want to eat because it's there and why not? If you open up your peppermint and diffuse it or smell it, it can actually curb those cravings that are not useful. If you're craving something because you actually need a mineral or a vitamin in it, it might not curb that. But if you're just wanting to eat because you just want to eat, then it can help to curb that. So that's a really nice way to use peppermint. Lemon essential oil also comes in a vitality version. That kind of makes sense. Most of us know lemons because of how we use it in cooking and food and things like that. But lemon oil generally helps with concentration. It can help to improve concentration. So if you need to concentrate, throw it in your diffuser. You can massage it onto cellulite to help, take some of the speed bumps out of your legs or wherever it is you might have that extra little speed bumps happening. You want to avoid sunlight after exposure. That's the case for most of the citrus oils. They can make you sensitive to the sun. So that includes UV tanning beds. You don't want to go in one of those after using lemon or any of the citrus essential oils. I have totally cheated before when I had somebody coming over and I didn't have the time to do a deep cleaning, and I diffused lemon essential oil throughout the house, and they came in and were surprised at how clean my house was. I didn't do any cleaning. All I did was diffuse lemon essential oil, and it had the sense of being clean. So that was just a nice cheat that I used. That I wouldn't say I use it regularly, but I've used it enough that it is in my back pocket. Anytime I'm just running out of time, I'm diffuse lemon and let it feel clean, whether or not I really got down on my hands and knees and scrubbed. It can also support a healthy immune system to help balance healthy pH levels. It's a flavor enhancer, so you can use it in marinades and frostings and baking. I love using it in my pancakes in the morning. So I'll make pancakes in the morning, I'll put lemon vitality in it. It just gives it a boost. And then if you use a berry syrup, like the Ningxia berry syrup, it's almost like having a lemon berry scone. It's a really cool way of boosting up and using it in different ways. You can add it, of course, to shakes and dressings, all of the ways you would typically use lemon. It is you can rub it on your elbows or your feet to smooth rough, bumpy skin. It is really great at removing sticky substances, gum or stickers. So if I'm trying to take the label off of something and it's just a struggle, it's not coming off, I grab my lemon essential oil and put that on there to help that move off and move away. Oh, it looks like somebody put something in the chat and I'm not seeing it. Let me see if I can see it. The question is it okay to diffuse lemon around cats? I am not an animal expert. There is a lot of animal experts out there, and a lot of essential oil for animals books out there. Generally speaking, essential oils around animals and around cats are fine. You do want to pay attention to how your animal is responding though. So this is not about overwhelming them. Animals are going to be more sensitive to essential oils than humans are. So you don't want to put the diffuser right next to their, bed where they sleep. You want to keep it up and out of the way, which I know is hard to do with cats. Some places where they're not going to play and interact with it. If they are playing and interacting with it, it's likely because they actually are liking it and wanting that. They will get close to something that they want and far away from something that they don't want. So I wouldn't start by putting them in an enclosed place and putting a diffuser in there. But most of the people I know within Young Living have pets and use oils with their pets all the time. So if you have specific pet questions, I'm happy to point you towards the people that can really answer those. I don't have pets, so I have not paid enough attention to that. So I don't have a great answer for you. But anybody else on the group that knows that, if you can chat, that would be great. Thank you for asking that question, and ask more of those questions like that. I welcome all of those. That's definitely why we're here. Okay. To improve and prolong the shelf life of your veggies. I know once I started going organic and buying more organic fruits and veggies, I realized that they went bad really fast, and that was kind of frustrating because I'm spending more money on them, I'm trying to eat healthier, and they disappear too fast. So if you take 5 to 10 drops of lemon in a bowl with water, put the veggies in there, swish them around, get them really coated, and then pat them to dry or lay them out, it tends to increase the shelf life. It gets some of the extra residue of stuff you don't want on there already off, and it increases the shelf life of your fruits and veggies. So that's a nice way to use it as well. One note about lemon and all of the citrus oils and many of the essential oils is you never want to use it with a plastic, in a plastic bowl, in a plastic straw, plastic cup, no plastics. Essential oils, especially lemon, will eat through petrochemicals, which is great because we're not made of petrochemicals. We don't want petrochemicals in our body. But if I put it in a plastic cup, it's going to eat through that plastic cup. And then that's not a good thing. It's not good for the cup, and it's also not good for me because then I'm ingesting those parts. So use it in a glass, metal, ceramic, like stainless steel, ceramic, any of those, wood, those are fine, but you don't want to use it with plastic. Plastics in general, something we want to avoid. All right, and now my thing stopped. Okay, frankincense is up next. This is one that I knew, but I didn't know I knew. It's known as a holy anointing oil in ancient biblical times. It's used a lot in religious services, religious ceremonies. So when I smelt it first, I was transported back to my youth, to the church I used to go to, and to being really frustrated by all of the frankincense smells that were going around and often passing out. Not great, but the essential oil is one that I love. It's great for emotional support and hormone balances. It provides support for your nervous system. So if you have anything nervous system related, which let's face it, right now all of us do, it's really great to help support the nervous system. You can rub it on your chest and your lungs to support your respiratory system. And when I'm talking about lungs, I'm saying your sides, your back, everywhere that encompasses where your lungs are can be helpful. You can add it to lotions or make your own lotions for a powerful skin beautifier, anything skin related. Rub it on your feet for immune system boost. You can diffuse it. You can add it to your toothbrush for oral health. If you're a meditator, you can use this to heighten your meditation. Diffuse it, smell it, put it on your crown chakra. That's a great one to use. You can also add a drop or two to the top of your head or your brainstem. Your brainstem is right here where your head and your neck come together. It's that little space at the base of your head where it attaches to your neck is where your brainstem pretty much is. And that can help support healthy cognitive function. I know I'm going through all of this fast and speed talking my way through it. I'm actually not speed talking. This is just, a normal pace, but it might feel like speed talking. So if this is fast for you and you're trying to absorb it, this might be your chance to grab your frankincense, rub it on your brainstem, boost your cognitive function, and move on to digize. So digize is an essential oil that I hate to love. I do not like the smell of it. And it's such a powerful one that I carry it with me everywhere I go. It is good for all things tummy related. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's tummy related, gut related, digestive tract related, digize is good for it. It comes in the Vitality version, so you can put it in a capsule or in honey to take or make a tea out of it, or you can use it topically. It's really great when traveling abroad. I went to Mexico in February. You better bet this is one that was in my carry-on with me. It came with me. You can naturally help support a healthy digestive system before or after a meal. This is one that it can help you to stimulate yourself in the bathroom if you need to, if things are going a little slow and a bit sluggish. Again, you can massage it on your belly. If you're going in a clockwise direction, it will help to speed things up. If things are going too fast, counterclockwise direction is a great way to go. You can put it on your belly in general. You can also put it in your belly button. If you just drop a drip of it into your belly button, there are a lot of blood vessels and capsules just behind your belly button. Because if you think about gestationally when you were born, that's where you were connected through your umbilical cord to your mom. A lot of the blood vascularity is still there and it's still active, even though your umbilical cord isn't still there. So if you put a drop in your belly button, that activates into your bloodstream and can go through your system very quickly. So it can be used on the feet of pets for support. That can be really useful for pets as well. It contains ginger, anise, fennel, peppermint, tarragon, lemongrass, patchouli, and juniper. So it's a really great blend of essential oils, very useful. All right, next is Thieves. Thieves is probably the most popular blend of essential oil that exists, period. Every or almost every essential oil company has tried to come up with a blend that mimics Thieves. Some of them have. I'm not sure they've been super successful, but a lot of companies have something that is meant to be similar, meant to do the same things. Anytime you need a boost in your immune system, Thieves is one that I grab. I travel a lot. I used to travel a lot, I should say. Airplanes, while traveling, visiting hospitals, around groups of people in the public, when caring for others, when I was working with clients that were ill. Anytime I needed a boost in my immune system to stay as healthy as I possibly could, Thieves was what I grabbed. Rub a few drops under the feet, adults or kids in the morning before they take off for school or work. This is a great one to just support yourself. You can also diffuse it in the air to ensure that nothing unwanted grows in rooms or bathrooms or basements or places where you tend to have stuff growing that just you don't want. That would be a great way to help support that. It's great for healthy teeth, gums, and mouth, which is why we have so many Thieves products for oral health, toothpaste, mouthwash, dental floss, all of that. You can add it to your toothbrush or to water for gargle. It is hot and spicy because it contains lemon, eucalyptus radiata, cinnamon bark, clove, and rosemary. Cinnamon bark, cloves, and rosemary tend to be hotter, spicier oils. So it can be a little bit hot or spicy. If it's too hot or spicy for you, that's where you grab your lip balm, put it on your lip, or a carrier oil to help calm that. A drop of the Vitality version under your tongue or in a glass of water can support your immune system, also freshens your breath. Anytime the seasons are changing, a couple weeks before, I start using Thieves just to help my immune system and to help me go through those seasonal changes, to help me use less Kleenex, I will say. It's really great for cleaning dishes. So that's why we have all the dish soaps, and in your laundry room, we have laundry soaps, but you can use Thieves with whatever it is that you're already using until you convert over to the Thieves line of products. And then as a flavor enhancer, I like to add it to chai tea. It's a great addition to chai tea. Thieves Spray is one of the products that comes in the Thieves line from Young Living Essential Oil. It's a really popular one right now in the line, along with the hand sanitizers, for the same reason that the hand sanitizers are popular right now. It's the oily version of a Swiss Army knife. It can kill a sore throat, degerm a public toilet, or pepper spray a creek. Bam, there you go. That's Thieves. Panawe is another blend that's, I love Panawe. It contains oils that are traditionally used to relieve everyday minor aches and discomforts. It aids in the body's natural response to irritation and injury. So it takes care of things naturally, helps support things naturally. It supports the body's normal ability to heal. It brings oxygen to the site of wherever it is that you're applying it. So if there's some place on your body that just needs a little bit of extra support, some oxygenation, some whatever, you can put Panawe on it and that will help to bring it in. Helps with muscle discomfort following exercise and sports activities, helps support healthy joints, ligaments, cartilage, can relieve minor dental discomfort. You would use it on your cheeks with an carrier oil if it's too hot because it has clove in it, and helichrysum and wintergreen and peppermint. All of those can be really great for that kind of discomfort that might come with a dental discomfort or other discomfort. You can add it to hot or cold compress. We talked about compresses at the beginning. And then, of course, rub it on your back or feet or in a soothing bath. This is a great one to use in general for anything that is uncomfortable. The word pain is trademarked. We're not allowed to use it. So basically, they dropped the I here. And so Panawe stands for pain away. But we call it Panawe. We dropped the I. Stress Away does exactly that. It's a natural solution to combat the normal stresses in everyday life. It promotes relaxation, can be a sleep aid. It reduces occasional nervous tension and anxiety. You can use it to recover from exercise. It can be very calming. It contains copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, acacia, and lavender. And it's also available in a roll-on, or you can make your own roll-on. If you get one of the starter kits, the starter kit comes with 2 roller tops and a cap. So you can turn any of the individual bottles into a roll-on by replacing the cap. So you can make your own roll-on of Stress Away. When I first started, I used Stress Away instead of perfume. I also used Joy, the blend Joy, instead of perfume. But so those were the two I put my roller caps on. But it was really nice to be able to have and carry around. It just had this calming but uplifting at the same time response in my system, in my body. That's the one I chose to use. Citrus Fresh is also often included in the start kits. This is a blend of orange, grapefruit, mandarin, tangerine, lemon, and spearmint. Because it has so many citrus oils, it can cause photosensitivity. So you want to make sure that you avoid sunlight, natural and artificial, after you use it. But it's great for inspiration. It can support and amplify a sense of creativity. It's uplifting and energizing, can help to reduce nervous tension and anxiety. It can freshen a room. I use it. This is the one that I primarily use in the laundry room. I put it on wool dryer balls in my dryer. And then I also, when I have a load of laundry that maybe sat too long before it got washed and it's a little ripe, I'll put this in with my laundry soap to help freshen that up. Reven is another essential oil that I love. This is naturally supportive of the respiratory system. It is a blend. It contains Ravensara, lemon, wintergreen peppermint, and eucalyptus radiata. It creates a cooling sensation when you put it topically on your chest or your throat. It's a cleansing blend that you can use year-round or whenever you need that extra support. I tend to use it a lot around the change of seasons. It can be used as a hot compress to support a sense of calmness in breathing. So make a hot compress, put it on your chest, just calm all of that breathing, respiratory thing. And it can promote relaxation and deep breathing in your bath water as well. This one I carry with me everywhere I go as well. I do carry a lot of essential oils with me, but this one I definitely carry with me because I never really know when I'm gonna maybe suddenly need a little bit of extra respiratory support. So this is my go-to. Peace and Calming, when I started, it was definitely one of my favorite oils. It still remains very high up there, but so many more have joined the crowd. It does exactly that, peace and calming. When I first used it, I put it on the bottom of my feet when I was solo camping by myself. And because there was nothing else to distract me, nobody else around me, and nothing else I could do, all I could do was notice what was happening in my body when I used it. And I felt almost as if I had been driving down the freeway in 5th gear. And as I put the Peace and Calming on, it was like my body was just downshifting, 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 slowing, calming, and settling in more and more and more until I finally landed at neutral and I could park. It was a really, really cool experience. I think if I hadn't been completely by myself out in the middle of nowhere with no distractions, I might have missed that. I was very glad that that's where I tried it and how I tried it because it was a very potent experience for me. I love to use it before bedtime on the bottoms of my feet. It can also be used for a calming massage before naps or bed or anytime you need that extra calming. If you combine it with Citrus Fresh, it can bring a bright, invigorating scent that's perfect for mornings before a school or practice when you want to start uplifted and ready to go without any of the extra tension and stress that might come with your mornings. You can add 4 or 5 drops to Epsom salt for a nice bath or shower, the shower base. And it contains tangerine, orange, ylang-ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. I will say patchouli is a very strong scent. It is not strong in this blend. I don't think I even noticed the patchouli in this blend until somebody said it had patchouli in it, and then I had to go look and see if I could smell it. So if you are adverse to the smell of patchouli, I say give Peace and Calming a try anyway, because it is so mild in there. I did not notice it. I really noticed all of the uplifting scents far more. Valor. Valor is a favorite of so many within Young Living. It's exciting to see it back in the starter kits. Valor basically helps to boost self-confidence. So last year at convention, there were a bunch of people wearing t-shirts that said, Valor made me do it. I wasn't gonna do it, and then I put Valor on and Valor made me do it. Give me the confidence to jumpstart and get into it. It's very balancing to the electrical system of the body. It's great for unwinding before bed. You can inhale it anytime you need that boost of self-confidence. If you're not a public speaker and you find yourself in the position of public speaking, a lot of people will get diffuser bracelets or a necklace or just smell their valor before they go on stage or before they start talking. It can be a great cologne for men or a perfume for women. It is a kind of neutral scent. A lot of people know it as courage in the bottle. And it's such an important essential oil that it is both the first and the last oil used in the raindrop technique on the feet and on the back. It contains black spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. Love, 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 love this oil. I'm going to skip the flex oils. So within Young Living, that's just the basics of the essential oils. While Young Living is an essential oil company, they don't only use essential and produce essential oils. All products that come from Young Living have essential oils in them. There's an entire many lines of essential oils, from the makeup line to the cleaning line to CBD products to pet products. So many products within Young Living that have essential oils in them that are super, super useful. I wanted to just give you a really brief understanding of essential oils, some basics, some of how they use, some information about individual essential oils that you might find useful, and just kind of get you started thinking about it. Whoops. So I'm going to stop sharing there and ask if anybody has questions.
I just want to say, I love your presentation. It was so precise and excellent. So thank you so much, Megan. I'm so happy that I got to be on today, and I just appreciate the way you presented it. So I got to go to another Zoom. So thank you so much. Talk to you later.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody that was on live and that's watching the recording. If you are watching the recording on YouTube or Facebook, I would love it if you would like and subscribe and push the bell and do all those things that you do on YouTube and Facebook. Let me know, put a comment down below. Let me know what you think about any of these oils or products, what you learned, what you're excited to try. I would love to hear from you.